All right, hello there. Thanks for coming back. So we're going to cover in this video deploying a virtual machine in Cloud Assembly by using VMware. Sounds simple enough, right? So we better get started. So this method is a pretty easy way to quickly deploy a machine based on image templates, sizing flavors, storage, and networks defined by the cloud provider. It's actually a quick test of your cloud accountant project. So you can create a virtual machine for any of these cloud service providers: Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure, vCenter Server, VMware Cloud on AWS. Now, the Google Cloud Platform is the example in this video. Now, before you begin, just verify that you have the Cloud Assembly Administrator role. If you do not have this user role, you will not even see the option to create a new VM. So for step 1, you've got to add a cloud account. The cloud accounts provide the credentials that Cloud Assembly uses to connect to the cloud provider. So you've got to select Infrastructure, Connections, and Cloud Account. Then click Add Cloud Account, and then select the account type. So after you add the cloud account, Cloud Assembly collects resource information from the target cloud provider account that you later use to deploy a virtual machine. So for step 2, you can create a project. Now, the project associates the users and the cloud account cloud zones. So in this tutorial, the project name is Create VM Project. This project is just a demo project that includes cloud zones for all the supported platforms. So first off, you select Infrastructure, Administration, Projects. Click New Project, then enter a name. On this tutorial, the name is Create VM Project. So if you want others to use this project as well, just click the Users tab and go ahead and add any users to the project. Click the Provisioning tab and click Add Zone to add at least one cloud zone for the cloud accounts that you are deploying to. Now remember, this is just a demonstration project that includes a cloud zone for each supported cloud vendor platform. And then click Create. So for step 3, we create and deploy a virtual machine. So select Resources, Resources Virtual Machine. Then click New VM. Configure the required settings on the general page of the wizard and click Next. Now, I use Google Cloud Platform as a cloud account where you want to deploy the virtual machine. Now, having a look at these sample values, your values will be specific to your own environment. But it remains the same, obviously, the name, the project, and the cloud zone. So now you can select the image and flavor that are used to create that virtual machine. Now, the available values are collected from the target cloud zone. The image is the operating system, and the flavor is the defined size options. Some target provider types require you to specify the CPU and memory. This target, though, requires you to select from the defined options. So you click Next. Now, to deploy only the machine, click Create. But for this video, we're going to click Next to add the optional storage and network for this virtual machine. Now, to add a new disk, click Add Hard Disk and enter a name and size. Click Next. To add a network adapter, click Add Network Adapter and select from the search results. Click Create. And now your view will switch to the Deployments page so that you can monitor the progress of the deployment. And then for step 4, when the deployment process is completed successfully, you can then begin managing the deployment. Select Resources, Deployments, and locate your virtual machine. Now in this video, the deployment name is Google Cloud Create VM. To run an allowed deployment level action on the deployment from this view, click the vertical ellipses and select the action. Now, if you want to learn more about the deployment, including the topology, click the deployment name. Now, notice that the topology of this deployment is pretty simple. More complex deployments also provide the complete topology that might include machines, load balancers, network connections, as well as other components. Oh yeah, you can also view the deployment history. This is the log of all the actions on the deployment component and run allowed machine-level actions. And for step 5, manage the new virtual machine as a resource. Yeah, so in addition to managing the virtual machine as a deployment, you can also manage it along with the other resources. So resources are going to include deployed, discovered, as well as onboarded virtual machines, storage volumes, and network and security resources. Discovered resources are those that are collected from the cloud instance. Right, so you can manage discovered resources with a limited set of day 2 actions, such as power on and power off. Onboarded resources are discovered resources that you brought under full management, and they can be managed with a more robust day 2 action options. As you begin working with a deployed machine, it's going to be eligible for more day 2 actions. The availability of the actions depends on the state of the machine and what day 2 actions you have permission to run. So go ahead and select Resources, Virtual Machines. Locate the machine, and to run an allowed machine-level action on the machine from this view, click the vertical ellipses and select the action. Good. Now to review the machine resource details, just click the machine name. And the useful details in this example include the storage, network, and custom properties. So there you go. Now you know how to deploy a virtual machine in Cloud Assembly just by using VMware. Well, you do know a lot more than you did before, that's for sure. But I want to see you in the next lesson. We got another video up for you.